Hello everyone, I am Premkumar. Welcome to Math JEE Academy. So today I am going to discuss with you very interesting transformations. You can see the first thing is so you have to consider y-axis the mirror. Second one is the x-axis the mirror. And the third one is you have to shift right or left. And fourth one is you can shift up or down. So four transformations we are going to discuss, complete analysis of these four transformation. And if you not yet subscribe my channel, please subscribe my channel. It will be boost for me to post more number of videos. So who are facing difficulty in JEE Main and Advanced level, so I will make you to simplify and the graphical transformation will help you to solve a difficult level of problems within the time period. Okay. So if you not yet subscribe it, please subscribe my Math JEE Academy. So we'll get started the today sessions. The graph transformations. The first one you can see. The first one, f of x, it changes to f of minus x, right? F of x changes to f of minus x. Just you replace x by minus x. You can see so if you replace x by minus x, there is no changes in the the x you replace here, minus x you replace. F of minus x equal to f of x, right? That is even functions, right? You can see, let me take f of x equal to x square. Just replace x by minus x, what will get? Minus x whole square, it will be x square. Understand? Okay, now you can see, student, let us take this y is equal to x square graph. Y is equal to x square. So how this graph you can see? You consider the y-axis the mirror. What is the right side portion is there reflected about the y-axis? It will be reflected. Understand? So that means f of minus x is equal to f of x, means f of minus x plus or minus f of x equal to 0. Understood? This is the first transformation. What you have to do? You have to take the y-axis the mirror. Just replace x by minus x, right? Okay. So let me take one simple example. Suppose let's take y is equal to e power x, right? This is your f of x, right? Just replace x by minus x. So what will get? E power minus x. Then how to draw the graph of e power x and e power minus x graph, right? So first you can draw the graph of e power x. So x axis, y axis here. So you know that e power x, how to draw the graph? You know, it's inverse of the logarithm graph, right? So let's take x and y, put x is 0, e power 0 will be what? 1. So y 0, it is not defined, right? So e power x cannot be 0, right? E power x is always greater than 0 for all x belongs to real number. So therefore the y-intercept here is 0, 1, and the x-intercept is not possible, because when x approaches to, so closest to 0, it will goes to infinity, right? It will be, it is not defined. That's why we are not, that graph will not be crossing the x-axis, right? Okay, the graph is like this, so it will not touch the x-axis, right? Okay, now what we can do, you have to take the mirror image. You can see the y-axis, the mirror, right? You can see this is your green, right? This is your mirror. You can see, student, what is the right side portion is there? You can reflect it about the y-axis. This will be like this, right? And the left side portion is there, no, red color. It will be reflected like this with respect to the green color, right? It's the y-axis. Clear? So this is your y is equal to e power minus x graph. Understand? Okay. Suppose if I take the next example, let's take f of x equal to log x base e. Okay, now we need actually f of minus x is equal to, what will get, log minus x base e. But you know that how to draw the graph of log x, right? So log x, you know, so the same idea here is the exponential and logarithms are inverse each other. If you put x is 0, the y will be 1. The same way reverse order, if you put x is equal to 1, y will be 0, right? So 1 comma 0. But here is x intercept is not possible, but here y intercept is not possible. They inverse each other, right? Therefore, the graph is when x is closest to 0, it is not defined. The same way here x is closest to 0 is not defined, right? So it will be, graph is like this. This is y is equal to log x base e. Now you have to draw the graph of log of minus x here, graph. Just you replace x by minus x. Okay. So what we can do here, you can see, student, you consider the y-axis the mirror. Y-axis the mirror. Just replace x by minus x. The input x is changes to minus x. Then you can keep the y-axis as the mirror. Then what will get? So you can see that reflected right side will be reflected like this, right? This is your log minus x base e. Clear? Understand? Okay. So now you can see the next thing, you can see next thing we'll discuss the f of, the first thing is what? So replace x by minus x, then take the image f of x about y-axis. Clear? And then you can see one more example you can take. Suppose f of x equal to, let's take which functions you can take, sin x you can take, right? Sin x, right? So we need to find this, we need to find the sine of minus x, right? So replace x by minus x, what will get? Sine of minus x, right? Okay. So you already know that sine of minus x is what? So minus sin x or plus sin x. You can see the minus sin x is lies in the fourth quadrant. So definitely the sine of minus theta will be minus sin x. Clear? Okay. Then how to draw the graph? You can see the sin x graph. Let us take x-axis, this y-axis. The domain is what? All the real number, right? So let us take 0, and here is pi by 2. This is pi. This is 3 pi by 2. This is 2 pi, right? So here is minus pi by 2. This is minus pi, minus 3 pi by 2. This is minus 2 pi, right? Okay. So the graph will be like this, correct? You can see sin pi is 0, right? 1 minute. When you take sin pi by 2 will be 1, right? Sin pi by 2 1. So when you take this one, sin pi is 0. When you take downwards, you can sin 3 pi by 2. This will be minus 1, right? So again you can go back to sin 3 by 2. You can see that this is your original graph of sin x, right? The same way you can do this. Sine of, you can see sine of minus pi by 2 is what? Sine of minus pi by 2 minus sine pi by 2, right? Okay. So when you take this one, the graph will be This is minus 1, right? This is plus 1, right? The range of the sine function is minus 1 to 1. So the graph will be going like this. Clear? So sine of minus 3 by 2, it's a plus 1 will come, right? Because sine of minus theta is what? Minus sine theta. So sine 3 by 2 is what? Minus 1. So minus of minus 1 plus 1. This is your sine x graph, right? Okay. So how to draw the graph of sine of minus x graph? Just very simple. What we can do, just you take the y-axis the mirror. Y-axis the mirror. Take y-axis the mirror. So that means, you can see student, when you take the y-axis the mirror, you can see that this portion is there, no? This portions will be reflected above the y-axis, will be like this, okay? And then you can see this portion is there, no? Left side of that y-axis, that will be reflected downwards. You can see this, whatever the left side it will be there, the y-axis the mirror, you can reflect it there, okay? The same way you can see here, this portions, this one second portion, you can see this will be reflected here, okay? So therefore the original graph will be like this. This is your x-axis, this y-axis, the graph will be like this, right? And here is coming like this. You can see this portions is there, no? This portions will be what? This portions reflected here, right? This is your graph of, this is the graph of sine of minus x. Clear? Just you take the y-axis the mirror. Clear? Okay, fine. Let's do the next one. Replace, here is what? F of x changes to here minus f of x, right? This is another transformation. F of x changes to minus f of x. In this case, what you can do, the y value here is negative of that, right? That means what? You have to take the x-axis the mirror. X-axis the mirror, right? Let us take the very simple example. Let's take 2 power x. Okay, how to change this to minus 2 power x graph? Okay, so you already know that how to draw the graph of e power 2x, right? So y is equal to 2 power x, the same as we discussed no e power x, the same idea. Just passing through the 0, 1, so it will not cross the x-axis, right? Because x-intercept will not be defined because y cannot be 0, right? Okay, e power 2x is done. Then how to draw the graph of minus 2 power x? Very simple. Then whatever the 2 power x complete the output value, when you take the negative of that, the negative complete negative of the output value, right? So then you can see here, student, you have to take x-axis the mirror. F of x changes to minus f of x. Then how it will be? This would be, you can see this will be what? 0, minus 1, right? Reflected, right? Okay, so this will be like this. You can take 1 minute. Just x-axis the mirror. Like this you can take. Whatever the above portion is the reflected like this. This point you can take 0, minus 1. Understand? Okay. Next, let us take another function. So, log x base e changes to minus log x base e. How to do this? Just you can, same idea. The log x graph is there, no? Log x graph is what? It is passing through 1, 0, like this. Y is equal to log x base e graph. right? Then what you can do, you just take the x-axis the mirror, right? Because you are changing f of x changes to minus f of x, right? So what we can do, take this portion is the mirror. This portions will be reflected, this portions will be reflected like this. Clear? This is your minus log x basic graph. This is minus log x basic graph. Clear, student? Okay, just you can take the x-axis the mirror. Okay, next you can see f of x plus a, shifting the graph a units left side along the x-axis. You can see, for example, here f of x equal to, let us take x square graph. Okay. So you know that this is your graph, y is equal to x square. Then how to change into y is equal to x plus 1 whole square. So how to draw the graph of y is equal to x plus 1 whole square? Just you can take, this is your x and y, put x is 0. X is 0 means y will be 1. Y is 0 you can put. X is equal to minus 1, right? X plus 1 is equal to 0, x equal to minus 1, right? So the graph will be, you can see, student, this is the x-axis, this is y-axis. Just you can see 0, 1 here, and you can see minus 1, 0 here. The graph will be shifted 1 unit left. When the x plus something is there, you have to shift 1 unit left. You have to remember the input is x. Just x plus or x minus is there, you have to, plus means you shift left, x minus means you have to shift right. Input translations, x plus a means you have to shift a units left, x minus a means you shift right a units, right? Understand? Okay. Then how to draw the graph of y is equal to x minus 1 whole square? The same idea, you can see the, if you take here x and y, put x is 0, minus 1 square is 1. So 0 if you put here, y value is 0, you can put x is equal to 1, right? So 0, 1 is the y-axis, same point, and 1, 0, let us take here. The graph will be, okay, let's take this graph will be like this. This is your graph of y is equal to x minus 1 whole square. Clear? Okay. Let us take one simple more example. We'll discuss finally more example. Y is equal to mod x plus 1 graph. The same idea how we discussed in the y is equal to x square, you can apply y is equal to mod x plus 1 on the graph, on this graph. So y is equal to mod x graph, what you can do, just you can see, put x is equal to 0, the same idea. So put x is 0, y will be 1, y is 0, x plus 1 equal to 0, x equal to minus 1. So what you can do, let us take x, and here what is the reference graph? So before we discuss that, you know, y is equal to x square, reference graph is x square. X plus 1 means you shift, y is equal to x square is there, no? That is a reference graph, you shift left 1 unit. X minus 1 whole square means you shift right 1 unit. The same idea, here mod is the reference graph, right? Which is your graph, mod x is your reference graph. You know mod x definition, mod x graph, right? It's a V-shaped graph, right? So plus 1 means 0, 1 will be here. Minus 1, 0 left side. So the graph will be shifted, you can see, shifted left 1 unit. Understand? This is the input translation, right? Okay. Let's do the next one. Suppose if I have the graph y is equal to minus mod x plus 1 graph. So how to draw this graph? You can see, suppose y is equal to mod x is your reference graph. Reference graph. First you can draw this one. This is your graph, right? Y is equal to mod x, right? So you know how to define the mod x? If x is greater than 0, x. If x is less than 0, minus x. If x equal to 0, 0. This is y. Y is equal to x when x is greater than 0. When x is less than 0 means minus x. X equal to 0 means 0. Okay, so first you have to draw the graph of mod x plus 1. So first, you already discussed this here, right? You can see mod x plus 1 discussed, right? So what we can do, just you can take the x-axis, this is y-axis. Just you can see the mod x is your reference graph, you shift 1 units left. We already discussed this. Y is equal to mod x plus 1, right? But minus mod x graph is there. How to draw this? First you have to understand. So y is equal to mod x means this graph. Y is equal to mod x. Y is equal to minus mod x means we already discussed the transformations, right? F of x changes to minus f of x. So f of x changes to minus f of x means what? Here you have to change you have to take the x-axis the mirror. F of x is your mod x. It changes to minus f of x means you take x-axis the mirror, right? This portions will be like this and this portions will be like this. You know that this is your x-axis transformation. Clear? So therefore the y is equal to minus mod x graph will be downwards graph. Y is equal to minus mod x. Clear? Okay. So now how to do this graph? Mod x plus 1 you draw, right? Then you have to put downwards. So here will be 0 comma 1. So definitely this will be 0 comma minus 1, the downwards graph. This is minus mod x plus, you can see this is your minus mod x plus 1 graph. Clear? Okay. Let's do the next one. So this is already we discussed this, f of x minus a. Let me take one example. So if the graph a units right side of the x-axis, right? Okay, let us take f of x equal to minus mod x minus 2, right? Yes. How to draw the graph of this? You can see, student. First you can draw the graph of x minus 2, right? So first you can draw mod x minus 2 graph and then changes to minus mod x minus 2 graph. That means f of x changes to minus f of x. Let us take mod x minus 2. If you face difficult, just you can put x 0, y 0. Why we are taking these 2 points? Because there you can see where the graph is crossing x-axis means. So, and y-axis means if you connect these 2 points, then you can form the graph, right? Easily, right? Put x 0, mod minus 2 will be 2. So, put y 0, x is equal to 2. The graph will be, you can see, student, 0 comma 2 here, right? And 2 comma 0, you can see 2 comma 0. If you feel difficult, you can do like this. And without this also we can do, you can see the reference graph is what? Mod x, and shift 2 units right. Shift 2 units right. This is your mod x minus 2 graph. And then you can see this is your f of x and changes to minus f of x. That means what? You have to consider x-axis the mirror. X-axis the mirror here, right? Here what is the x-axis? This is your mirror, right? This will be downwards. This portions will be downwards like this. This point will be 0 comma minus 2 here. Understand? Okay. Okay, fine. Hello student, we'll continue this next question. You can see f of x equal to modulus of minus mod x plus 3. So what you can do here, first thing is, the first observation you can see, first you have to draw the mod x graph. First you take mod x and then minus mod x and then changes to minus mod x plus 3 and then finally you can reach minus mod x plus 3 and apply the modulus. This is the transformation. The first transformation you can see here, you know the reference graph is mod x and then you take minus mod x, that means as we discussed, f of x changes to minus f of x, you have to take x axis the mirror, right? So minus mod x and then minus mod x plus 3, just shift 3 units up along the y axis and then apply the modulus, right? Okay. So the first step you can see, mod x graph, you know this is your mod x, you already know that. Minus mod x is this one, right? Okay, so then what you can do, just you can remove this one. Okay, so minus mod x we drawn. Okay, then you can see minus mod x and next step is what? Minus mod x plus 3. Just 3 units you can shift up. 1, 2, 3. Right. This is the graph of minus mod x plus 3. Okay. I hope everyone understand, right? So after that, what you can do, how to find out? Before that, you have to find out intercept, which is the point here. How to check this one? Minus mod x plus 3, let us take y. So suppose if the graph is crossing the x axis, means y you have to put 0. If you put y 0, minus mod x equal to minus 3, so x is equal to plus or minus 3. So that means this point is 3 comma 0, this is minus 3 comma 0. Clear? Okay. Now what you can do, you can apply the modulus. Whatever the output is there, you have to see the modulus job is what? You're converting the positive in negative into positive. What are the negative image is there? You can see negative image. So negative portions will be this one, right? This will be shifted up with respect, you can see. So whatever the negative length will be there, negative y values there, you can shift up. This will be there, right? When you take modulus, this is your graph. Understand? The graph will be like this. This is x axis, this is y axis. Okay. Right? This is the graph of mod minus mod x plus 3. Clear? Okay, let's go for the next question. Mod x minus 3 plus mod x minus 3 plus 1, right? Okay, let us take here is, let us take minus here and put modulus, right? How to draw the graph? You can see, student, the first thing is, first observation, you have to draw the mod x minus 3, right? Mod x minus 3, and then it changes to minus mod x minus 3, and then you can change this to minus mod x minus 3 plus 1, and then finally you can apply the mod minus mod x minus 3 plus 1. Clear? Okay. So first thing is, y is equal to mod x minus 3, you know how to draw the graph. You can see this is x axis, this is y axis. You know the reference graph is what? Reference graph is mod x graph, right? Mod x graph. And you can see minus 3 means you have to shift right 3 units. We already discussed this. This is input translation, no? x after that minus 3. That means you have to shift along the x-axis, right? So if you feel difficult, what you can do, just you take y is equal to mod x minus 3, where this graph intersecting the x-axis. X-axis means y you have to put 0, then x minus 3 is equal to 3 comma 0 you'll get, right? So 3 comma 0 here. You shift right 3 units. The original graph is what? Reference graph mod x, you shift right 3 units. Okay, fine. Now, what you can do, the next step is, what is the y-intercept? Y-intercept means what? Put x is equal to 0. Mod minus 3 will be there. This is 0 comma minus 3. This is your y-intercept. Okay, now what you can do, the next step is minus mod x minus 3. The same graph you have to tilt it, you have to shift down, right? Just ulta, right? You can upside down, right? So up is there, you have to shift it down, right? So this point, this is your, you already know that minus mod x means what? You have to take the, so f of x changes to minus f of x means you have to take the x-axis, the mirror. So this is your minus mod x minus 3 graph. This point is 0 comma, sorry, yes. So this is plus 3 student, sorry, this is plus 3. So this will be 0 comma minus 3. Okay. So now what you can do, add 1, just shift 1 unit up, 1 unit up. This will be 3 comma 1, right? Just shift 1 unit up. This point will be what? Just if you are facing difficult, you can put y0, you can find the y-intercept. Just 3 units up, no? Sorry, 1 unit up, no? So this will be 4 comma 0. This will be 2 comma 0. This point will be 0 comma minus 2. Clear? Okay. So fine. So first you have to draw separately x-axis. This is y-axis. Now what you can do, first you draw the graph of this. What is the graph? This is your 3 comma 1. 3 comma 1, this is 0 comma minus 2. And then this is 4 comma 0, because you are shifting 1 unit up, right? Correct? So this is your 0 comma, sorry, 2 comma 0. This is 3 comma 0. Yes, this is 3 comma 1, right? Now what you can do, you have to apply the modulus. The modulus job is what? You just, whatever the negative image is there, right? So negative y value is there, no? You have to shift it up. This will be going like this. This will be going like this. Clear? Understand? The original graph is what? So this is your graph like this. Understand? This is 0 comma minus 2 means this is 0 comma 2 here, right? Okay. I hope everyone understand, right? Okay, fine. We'll go for the next question. You can see f of x plus a, shift the graph a units upward along the y-axis. We already discussed this. We'll do one more questions. Okay. Suppose f of x equal to, let's take mod, let us take this way. The graph you can see, suppose minus x plus 1 whole square plus 2 graph you can take, right? So then how to draw the graph of this first? You can see, so reference graph is what? X square. This is your reference graph. Reference graph. Okay, so the first step is x plus 1 whole square. Then after that minus x plus 1 whole square. And then after that minus x plus 1 whole square plus 2 graph. So what you can do here, just very simple. So draw the graph of x square, very reference graph. This is your parabola, y is equal to x square graph. Okay. Now what you can do, x plus 1 is there. X plus 1 means you have to shift 1 units left. Plus means you have to shift left. Minus 1 means you shift right. Right? You have to see here input translations, right? So you have to here is this is minus 1 comma 0. The shift the graph 1 unit left. This is your y is equal to x plus 1 whole square graph. Then how to draw the graph of minus x plus 1 whole square? Minus 1, just you can shift it down, right? This point is, what is the y-intercept here? Put x is 0, 1, 0 comma 1. Okay, this should be 0 comma minus 1, right? This is minus x plus 1 whole square. Okay, now you can see your graph will be like this. So y is equal to minus x plus 1 whole square. Now what you can do, you can add 2. You have to shift the graph 2 units up. So here is 1, here is 2. This will be minus 1 comma 0. This is minus 1 comma 2. This is the point is 0 comma minus 1. This is 0 comma 0. This is 1 unit. This is 2 unit, right? The graph will be going like this. This intercept is what? Here is minus 2, minus 3, minus 3 comma 0. Clear? Understand? Okay. I hope everyone understand, right? Okay, fine. This is your graph of minus x plus 1 whole square plus 2 graph. Suppose let us take one more example. Suppose we'll continue the next question. Suppose if you take f of x equal to, let me take minus mod x, right? Let's take minus 1, okay, or plus 1, modulus you can take, okay. So just very simple. So minus mod x graph is this one, right? Minus mod x, and plus 1 you have to shift 1 unit up, 1 unit up, minus mod x plus 1. Okay, then you can apply modulus on this. You can see modulus job is what? This negative y values there. Now you have to shift it up, right? This is the graph. Understand? Okay. The whole graph is what? The whole graph is so like this, right? Okay. So minus mod x means this point is what? 1, right? So right, this is 1 comma 0, this is minus 1 comma 0, right? This is 1 comma 0, this is minus 1 comma 0. Clear? So you can check it. Minus mod x, you can plus 1 you can take, put y 0, minus mod x is equal to minus 1, so minus 1 is cancel. Mod x equal to 1 means for x equal to plus or minus 1, right? Okay. Let's do the next. Hello student, we'll continue the next question. You can see, find the minimum value of f of x equal to mod x minus 2 minus 3. So then what you can do, first you can draw the graph of mod x minus 2. Mod x minus 2 means what? You have to shift it 2 units right, right? So here is 1, here is 2, 2 comma 0 here, 2 unit right, you can shift. Mod x minus 2 is okay. This is your mod x minus 2 graph. Then you can see Minus 3 means what? You shift 3 units down. So what is the x, y intercept? Y intercept, you can see, put x is 0, 2, that is 0 comma 2, right? So here will be minus 1, this is minus 2, this is minus 3. So 3 units shift down. So 1, so 2, 3. Write this graph, right? So it will be intersect at 0 comma minus 1, because here 2 units, here 1 unit, 3 units. Here will be 5 comma 0, right? This point is what? Minus 1 comma 0, right? This is the graph. This is the 2 comma minus 3. What is the minimum value here? Minus 3. Clear? Okay, among all the things, you can see which is the minimum. The least among all the y values, minus 3 is the minimum, right? Okay. So now you can see how to check the x-intercept. Put y 0, then mod x minus 2 minus 3 is equal to 0, mod x minus 2 is equal to 3, x minus 2 is equal to 3 or minus 3. So x is equal to 5 or x is equal to 5, correct? Or x is equal to x minus 2. Okay, sorry, I have to remove this one. X minus 2 is equal to minus 3, x is equal to minus 3 plus 2, x is equal to minus 1. Minus 1 comma 0 and 5 comma 0. Therefore, the minimum value of this expression is minus 3, right? Minimum of f of x is what? Minus 3. What is the range? Minus 3 to infinity. Therefore, the minimum value here is what? Minus 3. Okay, we'll look at the next question. You can of y is equal to sine inverse of x minus 2 graph. How to draw the graph? You can see, student. Y is equal to sine inverse of x minus 2. Okay. So correct. First, you have to understand sine is the function. If it is inverse exist means the domain is minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. The range is minus 1 to 1. You already know this, right? When you take sine inverse, okay, okay, let me take the graph is y is equal to sine inverse of x minus 2. Okay, sine is a function from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 minus 1 to 1. The sine inverse is what? So minus 1 to 1 to minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Okay. So now you can see sine x graph. X axis is the y axis. Let's take here. So we have to fix the domain here, minus pi by 2 here. This is plus pi by 2. Sine pi by 2 is 1, right? And sine of minus pi by 2, that is minus sine pi by 2, because minus pi by 2 is lies in the fourth quadrant. Sine of minus theta minus sine theta, that sine pi by 2 value is minus 1. Therefore, my sine of minus pi by 2 is what? Minus 1, right? The sine 0, 0. The graph will be like this. This is the sine x graph. If it is inverse exist, we have to stop from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So you don't extend it from real number, right? Okay. So you can restrict your domain real number to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So when you take the inverse, what you can do, take the y axis, the mirror. Y axis, y, not y axis. You have to y is equal to x is the mirror you can take. Y is equal to x. That means what? When you take the mirror, this portions will be is coming like this. Okay, this portions will be is coming like this, right? This is the inverse of the graph. Okay, so what is the range here? The sine inverse is from, this is plus pi by 2, this is your minus pi by 2. Okay, understand? So when you draw the graph of this, x-axis, this y-axis. Sine inverse of x first you have to draw. This is your plus pi by 2, this is minus pi by 2, okay. And then you can see, student, you can keep it here. Graph is like this, right? This is your sine inverse of, this is your y is equal to sine inverse of x. You can see what they're asking, sine inverse of x minus 2. You have to shift, minus 2 means what? You shift 2 units right. So 2 units right. 1 is 2. So 2 units you have to shift, right? Okay. The graph will be, you can see, okay, sorry. This graph, right? This is your y is equal to sine inverse of x minus 2 graph. Just you can shift 2 units right. Sine inverse of x plus 2 means what? You have to shift 2 units left. X plus 2 means you shift 2 units left. So understand? Next you can see y is equal to log x plus 3 base 3. Okay, next you can see, so y is equal to log base x plus 3. Okay, you can see, student, this is your x-axis, this is y-axis. You know the log x graph. Y is equal to log x, right? Understand? You can take the log x base 3. This is your 1, 0. So we need actually x plus 3 means you have to see here, this is 1, and take this is 1, 0. You have to shift 3 units left, right? Here is 0, this is minus 1, this is minus 2, this is minus 3. You can see, student, this is 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 units, right? 3 units shift left. The graph will be is going like this, right? Understand? The 1, 2, 3 units, right? You can see where this graph is crossing the x-axis. X-axis means you put y0. You can see y0 means log base 3 x plus 3, right? That means 3 power, you're rising 3, base 3 you can rise, right? So x plus 3, because 3 log base 3 will be 1, right? 1 into x plus 3 is equal to 1. So 1 minus 3 is equal to x is equal to minus 2. Therefore, this point is minus 2, 0, right? So when you take y-intercept, put x is 0, log 3 base 3 value is what? 1. Therefore, 1, 0 is passing through 1, 0. This is log x plus 3 base 3. Understand? Okay, this is your, so y. Okay, this is y. Okay, next you can see, what is the next graph? Log minus x base e graph, log minus x. So y is equal to log minus x. You can see when this is possible, you can see x is the negative values, right? Because then only the input will be whole thing positive, right? You can see the very simple graph. So x-axis, this is your y-axis. You know, this is your y is equal to log x base e graph. You can see what is the transformation here. We already discussed this. X changes to minus x, right? That means log x base e changes to log minus x base e, right? When input is changes by minus x means you have to take y axis the mirror, right? Y axis the mirror. So you can see, so when you take y axis, you can see this is your y axis value, right? So when you take this one, this graph will be, this is 1 comma 0, this is 0 comma 1 comma 1 minus 1 comma 0, right? The graph will be going like this, right? Check it correctly. This portions will be reflected like this, and this will be like this. This is your log minus x base e graph, because you have to take only the negative x values, then only it is defined, right? Because x cannot be negative. So negative value you take, then it will be, input will be positive. So log will be defined. This is your y axis, the mirror. Okay. Let's take the another one. So minus log x graph, minus log. You can see from this only you can solve. So y is equal to minus log x. So how to draw this graph? You already know that transformation f of x changes to minus f of x. You have to take x axis as the mirror, right? So you already know that the first observation is the log x graph. Okay, this is y is equal to log x. Let's take base only, base e. Okay, so minus log x. So what is the transformation here? The log x base e changes to minus log x base e, right? F of x changes to minus f of x. So that case you have to take x axis the mirror, right? You can see this portion is there, no? This portions will be covered like this, and this portions is there, no? Let's take this one. This portion is there, no? You can see this will be covered this way. Okay, this is the graph of minus log x base e graph. Clear? I hope everyone understand, right? So the graph will be simply, you can take x axis, y axis, the graph will be like this, right? This is minus log x base e graph. I hope everyone understand, right? Let's go for the next question. Okay. You can see the y is equal to mod x minus 3 plus 2. Y is equal to mod x minus 3 plus 2 graph. You can take this portions. Y is equal to mod x minus 3 plus 2, right? Hello student, we'll continue this problem. So y is equal to mod x minus 3 plus 2 graph. You can see what you can do, the first thing, y is equal to mod x minus 3, and then you have to shift 2 units up, right? So first what you can do, the reference graph is what? Y is equal to mod x. Y is equal to mod x. Minus 3 is there. Minus 3 means what? You have to shift 3 units right, in along the x axis, right? You can shift 3 units right. So here is 1, 2, 3, 3 units right. So where this graph, you can draw like this. Just 1 minute. So 3 units right. What is this point intercept? This is y axis, this x axis you can take. Okay, so what is this y intercept here? Put y 0, x equal to 3, right? Sorry, put y 0 means x is equal to 3 comma 0 here. and put x 0, y is equal to mod minus 3, that is 0 comma 3. Okay, these are the critical, these are the intersecting point. Now you can do one thing, you can add plus 2. So that means add 2, right? So you shift 2 units up. So here is 1, that is 3 comma 1. So you can see, let's take 3 comma 2 here. This is 3 comma 0 comma 3 is there. So 3 comma 2. You can shift 2 units up. This point is what? 0 comma 5. This is 3 comma 2. So understand, this is the graph of, so how to draw this separately? This is x axis, this is y axis. This is 3, this is 2. 2 units you have to shift up, no? 3 units. This is your graph. This point is what? 0 comma 5. This is 3 comma 2. So I hope everyone understand, right? So next is what we can do, how to draw the graph of fractional part of x and fractional part of minus x and fractional minus fractional part of minus x, right? And then you have to see the before that minus fractional part of x also, right? So two things we discussed, student. One is y axis mirror and second is x axis mirror. Y axis mirror, you can see the fractional part function, how to define. So when you take x is 0 to 1, what is the fractional part function's value? 0 to 1 will be x only. Let us take 0 half, let us take half. What is the fractional part function definition? X minus greatest integer functions. If you put half, half minus 0.5, it is half only, you are getting the same x. When you take x is 1 to 2, this will be x minus 1. If x is 2 to 3, then it will be x minus 2. So when you take x is minus 1 to 0, this will be x plus 1. You know the definitions, right? Then how to draw the graph of the fractional part function? You can see the range of the fractional part function 0 to 1 only. You can put minimum 0, 0, maximum you can put 1, 1 only, but you should not take 1, right? So therefore, you can take the maximum here 1, so it should not include 0, y is equal to x. So 1, 2, 3. So 1 to 0 to 1, what is the graph? Y is equal to x. This is y. So 1 to 2, x minus 1. What you can do? Just to shift to 1 units down, right? 1 units down. X minus 2, 2 units down. So x plus 1, let's take minus 1, x plus 1, this one. Minus 2 you can take. Okay? This is your, this is 1, right? This is your fractional part functions of x. Now you have to draw the fractional part of minus x. So how to draw this? You know that the transformation is what? Fractional part functions x, it changes to minus fractional part of x, right? Minus x, right? Then that means x changes to minus x means you have to take y axis as the mirror. So here is y axis as the mirror. So mirror, right? Clear? Okay, next let me take this. First you can see the fractional part functions is the graph. Okay, this is your graph of fractional part functions. We already discussed this. So this is the point. Here is 0, 1, 2, 3. Here is minus 1, minus 2. Okay, let's take this one more thing. Let me take this one is minus 3. Clear? Okay. Now how to take the y axis, the mirror here? This is x axis, this is y axis you can take. So y axis, how to take? you take this mirror, this portion is there, no, that means this will be reflected like this, okay, with respect to y axis. And the same way you can see this one is there, no, you can see that which portion is there, this one, you can see this one will be reflected like this. So the same way you can do like this, right, everything will be this portions. This is your fractional part of minus x. Just whatever the left side is there, you take the right, whatever right side is there, you take the left side. That y axis is the mirror, right? So you can draw separately the fractional part of, fractional part of minus x is what? This graph, right? This is your fractional part of minus x graph. This is fractional part of minus x, right? Okay, now you have to do one thing. So fractional part of minus fractional part of minus x. When you have this kind of graph, minus you can apply means then f of x changes to minus f of x. That means what? You take the x axis the mirror. Keep this x axis the mirror, then it will be like this. Right? This is 1, this is minus 1, right? So this is your graph of minus of fractional part of x, minus of fractional part of minus x graph. Clear? Okay. Then how to draw the graph of minus fractional part of x? You can see the graph next page I will take. So you already know that the fractional part functions is like this, right? Okay. So when you take this is your fractional part of x, this is 1, right? So minus fractional part of x is required. Minus fractional part x means you take the x axis the mirror, right? You can see, you can consider this is a mirror. Okay, whatever the above portions is there, it will be downwards. Okay, you can see here, this is the graph of, this is a graph of minus fractional part function of x. Sorry, this is the graph of minus fractional part of x. Just f of x changes to minus f of x. That means you have to keep the positive y axis there, no, changes to negative y axis. Understand? That is the x axis, the mirror. Clear? I hope everyone understand, right? Okay. Two minus mod x minus 1 graph. Y is equal to 2 minus mod x minus 1 graph. 2 minus mod x minus 1. The same idea. The first what you can do, mod x minus 1 you can draw, and then minus mod x minus 1, and then you can minus mod x minus 1 plus 2 graph. Okay. First what you can do, first step is mod x minus 1 means what? You have to shift the graph 1 unit right. 1 unit right? Y is equal to mod x minus 1. Okay, fine. And then minus mod x minus 1. What you can do? You have to shift down the same graph. So where this point is intersecting here, put x is 0, right? It's 1, right? 0, 1. So you have to shift down. This is minus mod x minus 1, right? Okay, fine. Now you can shift 2 units up. 2 units shift up. I'll take another color. So this point is what? put y is x, so 1 comma 0, right? 1 unit shift right, understand? This is so 1 comma 1, so 1 comma 2 here, 1 comma 2, here is 0, 1 unit, right? Correct or not? Yes. You can see this is your graph of y is equal to minus mod x minus 1 plus 2 graph. So what you can do, how to check this? Let us take y is equal to mod x minus 1 minus mod x minus 1 plus 2, put x 0, minus 1 plus 2, 1, x 0, 0 comma 1, right? And put y 0. You can see y 0, you can put minus mod x minus 1 plus 2. So minus 2 is equal to minus mod x minus 1. So minus cancel, x minus 1 is equal to 2 or x minus 1 is equal to minus 2. So x is equal to 3 or x is equal to minus 2 plus 1 is what? Minus 1. So this is minus 1 comma 0. This point is what? This point is 3 comma 0. Clear? So the entire graph will be like this. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. So 1 comma 2, let's take here 1, this is 2, this is your 0 comma 1, 1 comma 2, right? This is the graph is what? 3 comma 0. Understand? This is the graph of 2 minus mod x minus 1 graph. Clear? Okay, let's do another question. Okay, what is the graph? You can see maximum of mod x minus 1 mod x minus 2 is equal to f of x. How to do this? Mod x minus 1 mod x minus 2. So f of x equal to maximum of mod x minus 1 mod x minus 2. How to draw the graph first? You can see, so mod x minus 1. Mod x minus 1 means what? You have to shift the graph right 1 units, right? This is your 1 comma 0. Shift the graph. This is y is equal to mod x minus 1 graph. Mod x minus 2 means what? You have to shift 2 units right. 2 units right. So let's take this is 2 comma 0. This is the graph. 2 units. So if you consider y is equal to mod x minus 2, put x is 0. X is 0 means mod 2, that is 0 comma 2. Here is 0 comma 1. Right? Okay. These two graph is there. So you have to see the maximum. Where these two graphs are intersecting, you can see. Intersecting at one more point here. And you can see less than 1. And this point we need to calculate. How to find out this? Where these two graphs are intersecting at this point. How to check it? You have to equate these two. Mod x minus 2. You can squaring on both sides. Squaring on both sides. What will get? Mod x minus 1 whole square is equal to mod x minus 2 whole square. So this is x minus 1 whole square. You know that mod x square is equal to x square, right? Mod x whole square is equal to x square. So this is equal to, this is one, how to write? X minus 2 whole square. So x square plus 1 minus 2x, a minus b whole square formula. Here x square plus 4 minus 2 into 2 minus 4x, right? So here you can see x square cancel. 1 minus 2x, here 2 square is 4, 2 into 2 is 4x, correct. 1 minus 2x minus 4 plus 4x equal to 0. Then you can simplify this. 1 minus 4 is minus 3. So minus 2x plus 4x is what? Plus 2x, right? You can check it clearly. Minus 3 minus 2x plus 4x is 2x. Therefore, 2x equal to 3x equal to 3 by 2. Therefore, this point exactly 3 by 2. This point 3 by 2 comma 0. This is 3 by 2. if you take y here is mod x minus 2, so y is equal to, if I put 3 by 2 minus 2, what is that? 3 minus 4 by 2, this is minus 1 by 2. This is same as 1 by 2, right? Correct? You check here, 3 by 2, 3 minus 4, 3 minus 4 is minus 1 by 2. Yes, correct. 1 by 2. This is your point of intersection of these two curves. You can see, student, it's the maximum of these two functions you have to take here, right? You have to divide this interval. If I take, if x is less than 1, you take, your breaking point is what? 1, 3 by 2 and 2. These are the breaking point. If you less than 1, which is the maximum of this? You can see there are two functions, mod x minus 1 and mod x minus 2. If I take less than 2, less than 1, let us take 2. 2 minus 1 is what? 1. So 2 minus 2 is 0, which is the maximum here. I am just checking the mod x minus 2 and mod x minus 1. If I check the less than 1 means you have to choose 0 only, no? Have to choose 0. Don't take 2, right? You put 0, this is mod minus 1 is what? 1. So 0 mod minus 2 will be 2. So mod x minus 2 is, you can see the graph. So mod x minus 2 is the maximum. Okay. So you have to see the maximum of mod x minus 1, mod x minus 2. The maximum here is mod x minus 2. Okay. So when you take 1 to 3 by 2, okay, so which is the maximum here? Okay, which is the maximum, you can see, if 1 x is less than 1 is included, x less than 3 by 2. If I take 1.5 is there. So here is, if you take, you can see among these two graphs which is the maximum. So again this is mod x minus 2 only maximum, right? In this interval, you can see this is it's a lower graph, right? Understand? So mod x minus 2 is the maximum, right? Maximum of this will be mod x minus 1, mod x minus 2 will be mod x minus 2. You can see the graph. I am checking these two graphs, this graph and this graph. You can check like this way also. 1 to 3 by 2, y is equal to what? So this is positive, no? Positive slope, right? So this is your negative slope. So which is the larger here? Okay, mod x minus 2 only, right? Next you check the, otherwise you can take any one point from here. So 1 to 3 by 2, let us take 1.2 you can take. So 1.2 minus 1, 0.2, 1.2 minus 2, 0. So this is larger, mod x minus 2 is the larger, right? Okay, fine. Let us take x is more than 3 by 2. So that means x is more than 3 by 2 less than 2, which is your maximum. Otherwise you can see, you can shade this region. When you take this less than 2, which is the maximum here, this portion is the maximum, right? Okay. Then 1 to 3 by 2 also maximum will be that one only. And 3 by 2, 3 by 2, which is the maximum, you can see, this graph is there, this graph is there. The maximum will be mod x minus 1. Maximum of, so mod x minus 1 and mod x minus 2 is mod x minus 1, right? Okay, let us take 3 by 2 to 2. So maximum here is what? 3 by 2 to 3 by 2 to 2, you can see the maximum will be mod x minus 1. Yes. And then 2 to more than 2, which is the maximum here. So definitely mod x minus 1 only maximum, right? If x is more than 3 by 2, the maximum of mod x minus 1, mod x minus 2 will be, what is that? Mod x minus 1 is the maximum. Then you rewrite this function here quickly. F of x equal to, if x is less than 1, which is the maximum, mod x minus 2, right? If x is, okay, x is 1 to 3 by 2. In this interval, mod x minus 2 only. If I take x is 3 by 2 to which interval? 3 by 2 to 2. You can take, so maximum will be what? X minus 1. If x is greater than or equal to 2, also mod x minus 1 only. You can see the graph only, you can able to understand, right? So less than 1, the maximum is this one, and 1 to 3 by 2, again the maximum will be this one, mod x minus 2. When you take 3 by 2 to 2, the maximum, this graph and this graph, which is the maximum, mod x minus 2, sorry, mod x minus 1, this one, this is mod x minus 2 graph. This is your minimum, this is a maximum. When you take more than 2, the maximum dominating here is what? Mod x minus 1 only, right? Okay. So fine. So how to redefine this again? You can see when x less than 1, x minus 2 is negative, therefore minus of x minus 2, that is 2 minus x, if x is less than 1. When you take x minus 2, you can add minus 2. So 1 minus 2 is what? Minus 1, definitely again it is negative, right? So 2 minus x only. So better what we can do, you redefine this function. You can see, you can redefine this. How to redefine this? If x is less than 1, mod x minus 2, that is 2 minus x, okay. So minus of x minus 2. If x is 1 to 3 by 2 also, so 2 minus x. So when x is 3 by 2 to 2, so if you add minus 1, so definitely it is positive, therefore x minus 1. So if x is greater than or equal to 2, this is x minus 1. Okay. The graph will be, you can see student, when x axis, this y axis complete graph, when x is less than 1, okay, it's then 1, minus x plus 2 graph, minus x plus 2 graph. When you take 1 to 3 by 2, okay, so when you take 1, 2 minus 1, it is 1, no? Better you do one thing. So if I take 1, if you take here 1, right? This graph is like this. And when you take 1 to 3 by 2 also, because you can see the graph will be intersecting at 2, no? So the graph will be like this. So 1 here and again this. Same thing graph, right? When you take 3 by 2, so 2 minus 3 by 2 is what? 4 minus 3, it is 1 by 2. It is 1 by 2. The graph will be like this. Okay. When you take 3 by 2 to 2, x minus 1, x is there, minus 1. You can see the graph here, and then the graph will be going up, x minus 1, right? So here is up to 2. more than 2 also this graph. Okay, the graph will be, this is also maximum. So 1 to 3 by 2 also the maximum, mod x minus 2 only. When 3 by 2 to 2, mod x minus 1 is the maximum. When you take 2 to infinity also, mod x minus 1 is the maximum, right? So this is your graph of the maximum of this functions, right? I hope everyone understand, right? Okay. So next you can see what is there asking. Minus mod x plus 3 plus 1, you can do it easily. We already discussed this model. Okay. And then you can see the number of roots of the equations, right? How to do this? 2 power x, 2 power minus x is there. No, you can draw the graph of 2 power x and 2 power minus x. Where these two graphs are intersecting, you can find out the point of intersection of these two graphs. Okay. And then draw the x square graph and minimum of these two graphs. You can see if you draw the graph of 2 power x graph, 2 power x graph is this one. Okay. And when you take the 2 power minus x graph, it is decreasing graph. 2 power minus x graph, right? Okay. And then you can see y is equal to x square graph. When you draw the x square graph, this graph will be like this, right? So minimum of these two functions you have to find out first, right? 2 power x and 2 power minus x. So which one is the minimum portions of this? Where these two graphs are intersecting, first you have to find out, right? So 2 power x is equal to 2 power minus x, right? You can apply log base 2 on both sides. So x is equal to minus x, x equal to 0. So this is your breaking point, right? So no other point, right? You can see when you take less than 0, the minimum is, if x is less than 0, the minimum of the graph is what? e2 power x. When x is less than 0, the minimum is what? If x is x is greater than 0, 2 power minus x is the minimum. So the graph is, you can see, the graph is what? X is less than 0, 2 power x is the minimum. When x is less than 0, this portions, right? Understand? Okay. Okay, so the graph is intersecting at 2 points. The number of solutions of the equation is 2 solution is possible, right? You can see when x is less than 0, this graph, e power 2x. When x is greater than 0, this graph. When you draw the graph of this, y is equal to x square, it will be intersecting at 2 points, right? Okay. The same way you can draw the log x graph and sin x graph, and where these two graphs are intersecting, you can find out. And the same way we already discussed in the modulus 1 chart, you can draw the graph, you can breaking point is x equal to 2, x is equal to 4, then you can break it, right? And then less than 2 and 2 to 4 and more than 2, you have to break it and you can find the minimum value of the functions, right? I hope everyone understand. If you like this video, please share to your friends and subscribe it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will post you more number of videos like this, different graphs, difficult level of graph. I will show you very easy way to solve the problems, right? Okay, so thank you everyone.